Welcome to my channel. I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to explain to you how to sound a little bit more like Alanis Morissette from the song That I Would Be Good. We're going to dissect, there's my 10 minutes, we're going to dissect the first two lines, and we're going to break this down into two parts here. Part number one, this is what I teach in my series, Singing by Ear, which is going to be linked in the description here. And part one really covers how to do a style breakdown, essentially, of any artist, any song that you love. So we're going to be looking at volume, vibrato, and melody lines, okay? After we do that, we're going to move on to part two here, which is about phrasing and pronunciation. So let's get started. We're going to listen just to the first, that little intro. I love this song. I remember when it first came out and I was a teenager and I loved it then. And now as an adult, I have an entirely different appreciation for it. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write down sort of the melody patterns. This is a fairly easy one, a beginner one, because it doesn't have a lot of melody changes per word. Does that make sense? So right now we have that I would be good, da 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 da. So the way I write that is I write straight line, da 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 da, just sort of a little loop under there. Okay, and then the second part of that phrase, na 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 na. So you see it sort of climbs up and kind of plateaus and it kind of climbs down. So this for me is just a visual representation of what this melody is sounding like. Okay, let's do the second line. And don't worry, you don't have to, like, there's the way that I notate things, obviously, when I'm doing this kind of work, it's not scientific. It's not like this big secret thing. Use whatever works for you. This is a visual method that works for me and what I teach in Singing by Ear. Okay, so here we go. Line number two. That I would be good. It's the same as line number one. Even if I got a thumbs down. So we have these sort of straight lines. Even if I got a thumbs down. In the lyrics that I downloaded, it says got the thumbs down, but I think it's a thumbs down. Oh gosh, don't you just love? So now let's go back and find those bits of vibrato. Here we go. Listen for vibrato. Which word do you hear the vibrato on? We hear it on good, if, and really at the end of nothing. If you didn't catch the one on if, don't worry about it. You really hear the vibrato on good and thing at the end of thing. So, that I would be good. And so the way that I mark that is I just add a little squiggle onto the sort of the swoop there. Even if I did nothing. I'm going to add a little squiggly all the way down. Here we go. Continue. Same as the first one. So we hear it really clearly in the word down at the end of the phrasing, but if you go back and listen, even if, there's a little bit of vibrato there just on the end of the word even. Even if I got the thumbs down. Okay? So now that we've got that, let's go back and let's talk about volume. This one is pretty even keel. There are not huge volume changes here. So what I'm starting with on this is I'm just going to put a purple line, a really thin purple line at the bottom, just saying it's kind of an even keel song. In other videos, I'm going to show you what happens when we have big changes in volume and how I mark that. But for now, we're just going to leave a simple line. Now, let's go back and let's take a look. This is going to be part two now. My favorite part, pronunciation. Ready? Here we go. Just the first part of that first phrase, that I would be good. Have a listen. Okay, she's not singing that I would be good, that I would be good. She's not pronouncing every single consonant, every ending on any of these words. So the way I hear this in my head a little bit is that instead of singing the word that and I separately, it sort of sounds like she's, in my ear, singing the word the followed by the word die. So that I would be good, and would be good is sort of like a sound. That I would be good. Does that make sense? That I would be good. Let's listen to that next part. Okay. Even if I did nothing. So it sounds here to me like she's singing even, not so even, like in, like I'm putting something in a box. Even if I, and then she's not singing did nothing. She's singing did nothing. Do you hear that? Didn't. It almost sounds like she's singing the word didn't. Didn't nothing. So now we have that I would be good even if I did nothing. Does that make sense? Moving on to the next part. Okay. Again, same thing. I'm pretty sure that it's the same phrasing here. We're going to That sounds pretty much the same to me. Maybe she changes the that I, maybe we hear the A a little more. That I would be good. Okay. So again, we have the even if, and then I'm putting, instead of, she's not singing even if I got the thumbs down, right? It's even if I got the thumbs down, or even if I got the thumbs down. That's how I'm writing this. I got the thumbs down. Say that real fast. So when you sing that together, it sounds like, even if I got a thumbs down. So when we put all those together, we have now this. That I would be good, even if I did nothing. Dun, dun, dun. That I would be good, even if I got the thumbs down. Okay, so now we move on to phrasing because I clearly messed up the phrasing in that last part. She sings it. Pay attention to the part where it says, even if I got the thumbs down. Okay. Even if I got a thumbs down. But the crescendo is really on the if. Even if I got a thumbs down. So now I'm going to go back and erase a little segment under the word if in that purple color that I was using to show volume. And instead, I am going to rewrite my volume signature here. So we have just a little, sort of like a little crescendo up there saying, hey, this peaks right here under the word if. And then we can add sort of a line, you know. You guys remember when, like, there are actual musical technical terms for all of this, okay? But if you don't know those and you're not interested in learning them, you can think of marking sound in music like you would using the more than, less than signatures in math. Music and math go hand in hand. Who knew? Now I want to signify that my volume is going to go from higher to lower here out to the end. So I have, even if I got a thumbs down. Do you see how that works? So there we have it. There are the two lines that we just covered from Alanis Morissette. I hope this gives you a good idea of how you can continue. You can continue using this method for the rest of this song or really any other song that you are ever interested in learning. And now this gives you an idea of what to listen for and how to listen for it. If you want to know more about my course and how to do this, you can check out Singing by Ear. It's linked here. I hate this part because I hate hearing it, but if you'd like to see more videos and hear like, share, subscribe, the whole thing, it makes me feel really uncomfortable, but I guess we got to do it. So like, share, subscribe, share, like, subscribe. There we go. Let's get that out of my system. See you in the next video.